Okay, hello botany class. Let's do something, going back to landscaping. I want to cover a couple things. Remember, we're going to start with our final projects, okay? So we would be working on bond paper. Obviously, not really a choice right now, okay? So your job is to find something around your house that matches the size of this. So it's 22 by 17 inches, something about this size, so you can get a nice final draft drawing, okay? We're gonna be working on this final draft for a week or so, week or two, okay? Every day taking it, taking 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes to work on it. Every day show me proof that you're working on it, okay? So I'm not gonna get into that right now. I wanna talk about 4 topics when we're doing our final drafts, okay? First one, utilities. Second one, trees, shading and size. Next one, borders and connections. That's a big one because from what I saw from your rough drafts, some of you had great ideas, but missing the connections, okay? We'll talk about that. And then basic 2D instructions. I'll show you some examples, all right? First one up, on your final draft, if you have colored pencils, if you have, colored pencils are what you want, but if you have markers or something else like that, that'd be great. Because the less graphite pencil you use, the nicer it looks, all right? So we know about power, water, gas, and then TV/internet/fiber optics, whatever you have at your home, okay? Your home, so you should be able to recognize where these things are leaving your home, where they're going, all right? And that's where the lines we drew to the power box in the back of your yard. Water and gas usually run towards the street, straight from your house to the street. But we're going to color these different things, okay? So your power is going to be a red line, all right? You're going to just draw a red line for your yard. Remember, with power lines, you're not going to put trees, you're not going to put a pool there. This is your main power for your house. This is a big deal, okay? For one, you don't want to hit that either with a shovel. So, power, red line. Water, blue line, okay? A blue line. Water usually is at a front corner of your house, going right towards the road. If you're looking in your yard or on the sidewalk in front of your yard, you'll have a little manhole the size about 4 or 5 inches. That's where they check it. That's the water meter. Take that directly back to your house. That's your water line, okay? And usually sewer follows straight with the water, goes towards the road, okay? Gas is yellow line, yellow, all right? So your gas line is that big thing on the side of your house, that all weird looking. It's either plastic or metal. It has pipes going to it. If you look in the basement, you have the pipes coming up from it. Your gas line goes right to the road also. So we draw that with a yellow line. Next one, TV, fiber optics, / internet. If you have a satellite, obviously not TV. I don't know how many of you have satellite internet. Sorry if you do. But usually you have a loose line running back to the back corner of your properties. There's a tall tower. That's where your fiber optics are if you live in a suburb or a subdivision, excuse me. But these are going to be purple lines. Purple lines. Okay. So red, blue, yellow, red power, blue water, yellow gas, purple is your TV/internet fiber optics. Okay, so we're not just going to draw straight lines. We're going to color those. Make sure that we're not building major structures or planting big trees over those. Everybody got that? Power red, water blue, gas yellow, fiber optics purple. Okay, next one. Tree shading and size. Okay, guys, the purpose of this landscaping is to have landscaping. Landscaping, good landscaping, is a huge selling point when you're selling your house. Spend money on it because it's a good return. People don't like buying a house with nothing in the lot. They like a nice landscape. For trees though, okay, I saw a bunch of you have trees, but they were about yay big compared to your house, okay? Now when we're building these trees, unless they're an ornamental, they're going to get pretty darn huge. A lot of you said maples. Maples are 40, 50 feet tall and wide. Usually the crown, the height usually matches the crown or the size of it, the width, okay? So if it's a silver maple, it's not going to be this little dainty thing in your front yard. Yeah, they start off small, but they get big. So if it gets 20 feet wide, if you did the research and that plant gets 20 feet tall, most likely it's going to be 20 feet wide. If it gets 60 feet tall, make it 60 feet wide. So if your scale is 1 inch equals 20 feet, then your tree's got to be 3 inches wide, okay? So that's why you don't put a maple tree right next to your house. You put it 30 feet off, okay? So then you get a nice big tree, okay? Always remember the size of trees is at its biggest. You can put a center to it. You can just put a dot there. That would mean the trunk of it, because sometimes you have stuff underneath it. If you have stuff underneath it, you keep the shading light on the tree. And let's just say you have a flower bed underneath it. Well, then build your flower bed down here with shrubs, okay? But lightly shade over it so you can see what's underneath it. All right, shading on trees doesn't need to be really rough and tough, just show that it's green. But remember the size of the trees, okay? If I'm building ornamentals, if I'm putting in ornamentals, yeah, those only get 10, 15 feet tall. So they're only gonna be 10 feet wide. Or some of them are columnar, so they're coming straight up, like arborvitaes. Of course, those are only gonna be 4 feet wide, okay? So make sure you know how wide they get, because that's gonna be big. You're not gonna tell me you're gonna put a bunch of maples on the side of your house and only draw them 5 feet wide. It's not gonna happen, okay? Unless they're Japanese maples. Again, ornamental trees are different, okay? Tree shading size. Now, here's an important one. Borders and connections. Borders and connections. Not borders like the size of your property, but borders as in, hey, I have a pool here. A lot of you guys put pools in, which is awesome. Everybody wants a pool. But you didn't connect it with anything, okay? If I have my house here, and in my backyard I have a 60-foot by 20-foot in-ground pool, some of you drew this. But you didn't have anything connecting them, okay? So if I have a pool, some of you drew this. You drew a pool. This happens every year, don't worry. You drew a pool. And then here's grass between that and the house. So every time I get out of the pool, I'm going to track through the yard. You know how muddy and icky that's going to be? And then that's going to get into your pool? That's going to get into your house? No. I'm going to build myself a nice deck or patio to that pool. Concrete. You're going to concrete around this pool. If I spend $1,000, almost $100,000 on an in-ground pool, I'm going to build a property around it. I'm going to put concrete around it, so I can get out of the pool, run over here, get something without getting everything dirty and filthy. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about connectiveness. And then around, so here's my concrete patio, right? Okay, here's my diving board. Great, awesome. All right. Now let's put a border around it. Things don't always have to be square. You can round things off. You can shorten things out. Look right here. Okay. Now here I have a little ornamental tree. Here's some small shrubs. Over here I have arborvitaes for privacy. I don't want my neighbor to watch me swim. So here I go. That's how you do landscaping. That's how you start connecting everything. Okay? All right, basic 2D instructions. Remember, when we're drawing this, it's up from above. Up from above. Okay? So if I'm drawing a shed, a lot of you, hey, we have a shed, but I'm going to move it. Okay? You don't need a shed. Build yourself an outbuilding. Build yourself a barn. Build yourself a outdoor pergola or a seating area underneath a pavilion. All right? It's a shed. You know what else? Garages. You can build yourself a huge garage. But once again, going back to the connectedness, if you do put a shed back here in the back corner, remember it's from above, so it has a roof. Well, maybe it's metal roof. Okay. Well, now how am I going to get to it? You can just have it in the grass, but hey, make it nice. Build yourself a walkway. Okay. Ooh, here's another big one. Going back to the connectedness. Some of you built your house. You have your driveway, and that was it. So if I'm going into your house through the front door, I'm walking through grass? No, there's a sidewalk here. Build your sidewalk. Oh, and then what can I put here? How about a small tree? Small Japanese maple or another ornamental tree over here. Another tree, shrubs. See how it all connects? Okay. Basic 2D design. All right, I drew the shed. What do things look like from above? What do things look like from above? Obviously, we know how to draw a round pool. We know how to draw a square pool. But simple things like a bench. Okay, make sure you get your dimensions right, 6 feet long or something like that. If it's a wood slat bench, draw it like a wood slat bench. If I'm drawing a basketball hoop, it looks like a hoop from above. Okay, all this nets. It's not complicated, but it's like you gotta just think, hey, what does it look like straight from above? A grill. Yeah, most grills about 3.5 feet long. In the middle section, your grilling section. Maybe it has a side over here where you can put stuff down. Side over here where you can put stuff down. That's what a grill looks like. Okay, not complicated. But remember, you're drawing straight from above, 2-dimensional. Okay. So this is some stuff you can practice. Remember the utilities: power red, water blue, gas yellow, TV internet purple. All right. Remember trees: get the right size. Shading: keep it light if you're putting stuff underneath them. Borders and connections. Okay. So borders and connections. Tie everything together. Don't leave things out in the middle of the yard. All right. If I'm building a pool, I want a patio to that pool. I want a concrete patio. I want a brick paver patio, or a wood deck around a pool. Okay. Basic 2D instructions. Everything's drawn straight from above. All right. Everything's drawn straight from above. Remember, if I build a shed, I want to see the roof of the shed. I don't want to see the shed like this. Okay. That just means a tornado came through and knocked it on its side. All right. I'm going to give you today's checkout or exit slip. All right. There's going to be a short Google quiz. Go ahead and take that. It will mark down everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow. All right. I'll work on the rubric for your final project. But it's just going to say, hey, you have to use this many trees and this many, so on and so forth. Okay. Have a good day, Botany guys. Peace.